Ever wondered how to start a business but you're not sure how or where to begin? Well, you're not alone. I'm going to break down the 10 essential steps on how to start a business to take you from idea to income without wasting any time, energy or money. And most people have the passion and the desire to work for themselves but have no roadmap or idea on what they should tackle first. So whether you're chasing freedom, financial independence or just sick of working for someone else, this is my step-by-step blueprint I've personally collated to show people how to start a business from scratch. And this is the very first time that I've released this online. So make yourself a coffee, grab a pen, take some screenshots and strap yourself in to let's build your future step by step together. My name is Richard G-Cornell and this channel is dedicated to helping people create their own destinies through business. I've been in business for 30 years, helping brands sell more of their products and services, and this has given me a very deep understanding of how to start, scale and promote businesses effectively. But most importantly, I will show you how to cope and succeed in your business journey whilst enjoying it along the way. So let's get into it. So here are the 10 essential steps that you're going to need to know on how to start a business. Idea and validation. So let's start with the very first and honestly, in my opinion, the most important step, your idea and your validation. Before you start wasting time and money by creating logos, websites, social media, you'll need to ask yourself this: why am I starting this business? Is it for a passion that I have, or is it for a purpose? Or is it because of a real opportunity that you've spotted in the marketplace? Whatever the reason is, you need to be clear on why you want to start your business, because that's what's going to get you through when things get tough. And next, what kind of business, are you trying to build? Is it a product or a service-based business, an online business, or something like a shop, a physical shop, or a mobile setup like a van or something like that? And who's it for? You need to be specific here, and not just for, say, anyone who needs help, but real people with real problems. And think of this, for busy parents or for freelancers or fitness lovers, whoever your ideal customer is. Now let's talk about the problem that you're trying to solve, because if your business isn't solving a real, frustrating, painful problem, then people aren't going to pay for it. So what is your audience struggling with that will make your business make their lives easier? And what are their challenges? Finally, you will need to validate it. And this simply means that you shouldn't just guess. You'll need to get out there and do your homework first. And you can use tools like Google Trends to see if people are actually searching for your products and services that you wish to sell. And you can also jump on things like Reddit and forums to see what your audience is complaining about. And most importantly, check your competitors, as they've already done the hard work here. See if people are already selling something similar to yours, and if they are, then that's a good sign. It means that there's a demand. You just need to do it better or differently than your competition. So in short, know why you're starting, know who you're helping, and what problem that you're trying to solve, and then back it all up with actual data, not just a gut feeling. And once you've nailed this, you're ready for the next step. So let's keep going. Operational costs. Now let's talk about money, because this is where a lot of great ideas, they fall apart, right? Before you go and register or a name or build a website, you've got to ask yourself, can I actually afford to start a business? Okay, and there's two things here to consider which are so vitally important. Number one, how much will it cost to launch? And two, can I survive for at least 6 months with little or no income? And that's your buffer zone that you're really going to need to factor in. And trust me when I say this, you'll need to be able to cover at least 6 months without any income at all. Worst case scenario. Because business always takes longer and costs more to get moving than most people think. Now, let's do a quick reality check here, right? Are you going to go all in on this full time, or is this just your side hustle where you still work your 9-to-5 job? Either way is fine, but you need to be honest with yourself about how much time and money you'll actually need to invest. And I strongly advise here to not quit your day job unless your business can support you, or at least if you've got enough savings to get you through the initial stages of your journey, right? And next, where are you going to be working from? Are you going to be working from home? Are you going to be renting an office or a retail space, or even a co-working or shared space? Each option has its own merits. And if you're going for a physical address, then you'll also need to factor in things like electricity, internet charges, insurances, cleaning, just to name a few. And you can already see just how quickly things start to add up. And there's your equipment is next. What will you need to deliver your products or your services with? Could be things like software, machinery, computers, or even your first employee or freelancer. You need to make a list of everything, and don't skimp on this. Make sure you base everything on the worst case scenario, and it's better to be prepared now before you get started. And finally, you'll need to create a budget. And if I was going to pick one item out of this entire video of utmost importance, it would be the need to use a budget for your business. Now, I've already created a video here on exactly how to create a budget for your business using Google Sheets. It's really simple. So be sure to go to my Business Fundamentals playlist on my channel, as it will take you through every step, and it's a must watch to show you what you need to spend to get off the ground and what's nice to have for later, right? Prioritize the essentials, protect your cash, and remember, your money is your runway. Spend wisely or you'll run out of runway before you ever take off. Get this right and you're not just starting, you're setting yourself up to prosper. So let's keep things going. Check naming availability. Now that you've validated your idea and created a budget, okay, it's now time to register your business name and all other names across all platforms, because this part matters more than you think. You need a name that's memorable, relevant, and easy to spell, but most importantly, it needs to be available. So you can start by checking the following, right? 1, is the business name available in your country's business register? And 2, is the domain name free? Ideally, you want the .com or trusted local alternative, like in Australia, things like .com.au or just AU, right? And lastly, is the trademark taken? You don't want legal problems in 6 months, right? So next, lock down your social media handles. Even if you're not ready to post, grab them now so someone else doesn't get them from underneath you. Then set up your Google business profile, especially if you're a local or service-based business. It's free and it helps you show up in search results really fast. And here's the golden rule: consistency across everything. You want the same name or as close as possible on your website, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google. You know, it builds trust, it looks professional, and helps people find you easier. And remember to make sure the name you wish to register is available across all formats. So don't just start by registering the business name before you've checked the availability of all the other names, right? So check and register everything together, and if you get this step sorted early, you'll avoid a world of pain later, trust me. Now, let's get into the legal stuff. Legal and admin setup. Okay, this next part, it's not that sexy, right? But it's non-negotiable, and you can thank me later when you're confident you haven't left yourself open up to any issues. Now, let's get into it. And firstly, choose your business structure, you know. Are you operating as a sole trader, a company, a partnership, or something else? Each has different tax liabilities and reporting rules, so don't just guess here. If you're unsure, this is where an accountant can save you a heap of stress. And it's a good time now to select an accountant, because they will be able to not only help you setting things up correctly, but they will also help guide you through all the other tax obligations and business-related matters that you're going to face along the way, right? Next, you will need to register your business name and apply for your ABN or ACN, depending on your structure. And this makes everything official and lets you start trading legally from the outset. Now, separate your money. Open a business bank account and don't mix it with your personal spending. And here is a simple rule that I set up from day one. I set up a business bank account for all my business related transactions, and I also set up what I call a tax management account, and this is where I set aside all of my GST and other tax obligations. So when tax time comes, either every month or quarterly or annually, I know I have enough money to meet my tax obligations without any stress. And if you do this, then you will already be ahead. So trust me on this, do this from day one. Then you're going to need to set up your accounting software, right? Like Xero or MYOB or something like that. And trust me when I tell you this, you don't want to be sorting through old receipts during tax time. By utilizing accounting software, we'll also be able to help you get up-to-minute reporting, right, on your profit, your liabilities, your expenses, not to mention cash flow forecasts. You know, I can't emphasize this enough, how important this is for your business viability. And also, look at what insurances that you might need, whether it's public liability, professional indemnity, business insurances and others, right? These insurances are an absolute must, and especially public liability or even workers' compensation, as these are required by law. And if this stuff may seem overwhelming, then that's fine. So this is when you can bring in a bookkeeper, an accountant, or even a lawyer to help you. And think of it as an investment of doing things right from day one. Once the admin is locked in, you're all good to go. Now let's get into the planning phase. Business planning. Now that your business foundations are set up properly, it's now time to build a business plan, and a plan that will help you succeed and not just dream. Start with the basics. Forecast your costs and your income. What will your business cost to run each month? And realistically, what could you earn? And don't just guess here, use real numbers. Even if they're rough, it doesn't matter. This will give you clarity and control and an idea on what your business will look like from day one. Next, you're going to need to create a one-page business plan, okay? Keep it simple. And this is where a lot of business owners go wrong. They spend too much time on polishing their plan, and you don't need a 40-page report. Just something simple that covers your offer, your audience, your marketing, your expenses, your income, and your goals. And you can use free templates or even ask ChatGPT to help you map out one. And it's amazing how simple this is today to when I started 30 years ago, you know. You have so much more information available now and it would be criminal not to use it. Now, set SMART goals for the next 6 months. And that means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Don't include stupid goals like, I want to be rich, you know. Set targets like, I will need 5 paying clients by month 3 at $1,000 in monthly revenue by month 6. Then map out how you'll actually make money. What are you selling? How much does it cost? How will people buy it? Simple questions, but powerful when you write them down. This will basically tell you where you will need to find those clients and how you plan to get them. And finally, keep it simple but actionable. A plan you can actually follow beats a perfect plan that you'll never use. So that's why I'm emphasizing on here just to keep it simple, right? And something that you're always going to refer to. Next up, let's make your business look and feel like you. Time for branding. Now, before we get into the next part of this video, I'd just like to stop for a minute just to ask you for a small favor. My channel is only new and I'm on a mission to help business owners sell more of their products and services. And if you feel that my content is helpful in any way, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel. And in doing so, you'll be letting me know which content that you would like to see more of. You know, whether it's on marketing and sales or business fundamentals or even business mindset techniques. And I promise you that I will deliver you videos that will help you in your business journey. So thanks for taking the time to listen and let's get back into the video. Branding and positioning. Now, let's talk about your brand. And this is close to my heart because my background is creative, okay? And this is so important because this is how your business will be perceived by your audience. And the way your brand looks, it feels, it sounds, is what builds trust and the connection that you're going to need to resonate with your ideal clients, okay? And start with the essentials, your brand name, your logo, and your voice. Is it bold and playful, clean and professional, you know, friendly or casual? This isn't just about design, it's about how people feel about your business the second they land on your page. And I always try to keep branding simple yet memorable, using colors which are really easy to reproduce and remain consistent across all formats. Next, lock in your unique selling proposition, or USP they call it, right? What makes you different from everyone else out there? And here I don't mean that you should say, you know, you are cheaper, you provide a better service, or you have superior products, right? As that's not a USP. Your USP should be around what makes you different from your competitors, right? For example, if you use ethical products and you give a portion of your profit to, you know, a certain charity, then you should incorporate this into your USP. You'll need to do some serious research here because once you create your USP, you need to live by it, as people will remember this even more so than your brand. And you can use tools like ChatGPT to help you here. And remember, if you can't answer that in one sentence, your audience won't be able to remember it either. And I try to keep it, you know, to 3 or 4 words tops. Then ask yourself, am I going to do it all myself or am I going to hire it out? If your budget is tight, use tools like Canva or even outsourcing it to platforms like Fiverr just to get started, right? To give it to someone that might be able to help you with this, whichever way you go. You will still need to make it professional and memorable. So don't skimp just to save a few dollars, but also don't overspend, especially when you're first starting out. But if you're in a competitive space and you just want to look polished, then it might be worth investing in a branding agency or even a freelance designer. And finally, make sure your branding speaks directly to your audience. Remember that you're not building a brand for you, right? You're building it for them. So you'll need to create your content and your brand using a tone and manner that will resonate with your audience. Every color, every word and layer, it should feel right to the person that you want to attract. And once you've nailed your look and your messaging, you're ready to bring your product or your service to life. So let's get into it. Products and services. Now, let's get to the heart of what you're actually going to sell, right? And I don't mean coaching or clothing. I mean specifically, what's the product, package, or service that you're offering, right? And how will it be delivered? Is it a one-off service, a monthly subscription, a downloadable digital product, or even a physical item? Clarity here is everything, because if you're not clear about what you're selling, then your customer won't be either. You need to be specific about what your customer can expect and how they can attain it from you. Next, let's talk pricing. Don't just base it on what your competitors charge or how long it takes you by trying to be either the cheapest, as this is a great way to go broke. You don't want to do that, okay? Your pricing should be based on value. For example, what's the result or solution to solve your customers' challenges or problems? Now, obviously, you can't charge more than what the market expects, right? But if you have a solution to a problem and your competitors can't match you on this, then this is where you can charge whatever you feel is viable. And if you solve a big problem, you can charge a premium, even if it doesn't take you long to deliver your product, and you shouldn't be scared to do so. Now, you are going to need to cover your bases by creating a clear set of T's and C's, terms and conditions. Be sure to outline everything of what you expect from your customers and also what your customers should expect from you, right? If your customers can see that you've included their best interests in your T's and C's, then this is going to go a very long way in retaining customers, and this will also show your true value in the marketplace. Next, what are your payment options? Do you offer refunds? Do you require deposits? Or do you need upfront payments? You will need to set the expectations now so you won't have to deal with the messy issues later. And trust me when I say this, get it right now, because it's very hard to move the goalpost later when things really start moving. And above all, make sure what you're offering actually solves a real need. No one buys nice to haves, or at least they don't buy them that often, right? People buy solutions to problems they're experiencing, and they're always more likely to pay more for them. So just keep this in mind when you set up your pricing. Online presence and tech set, okay? All right, your offer is ready to go and your brand is solid and speaks the correct tone and manner, right, to your ideal customer. So now it's time to go live and actually show up online. First, you're going to need a website or a landing page, something simple. And it doesn't need to be complicated, but it needs to be clear, right? What do you offer? Who's it for? What action should they take? Is your USP front and center? And how will your audience benefit from doing business with you? If someone can't figure that out in the first couple of seconds, then you've lost them. It's as simple as that. And I've created a video on why your website is more important than ever. So be sure to check that out in my business, marketing, and sales playlist. So this is really important and it will help you big time in your journey. Next, set up your Google business profile, especially if you're wishing to get business, from your local area. It's free and it gets you visibility on maps and search results. And believe me, this is a game changer for securing local clients, right? Then you will need to secure your social media handles. Even if you're not ready to post every day, just having them locked in is key. But this would be a good time to start adding all your business information to them now, so you can make it all consistent. And I would do this at the same time, just to keep it consistent so you're getting in a routine of doing it all properly, right? Now you need to add the tools that running your business smoother and also help you promote your business effectively. And I would recommend the following. 1, email marketing for updates and nurturing leads, right? Really important. 2, booking tools if you offer service, right? And 3, payment gateways like Stripe or PayPal. And you can use platforms like Shopify, Wix, Squarespace, MailChimp, whatever suits your budget and tech comfort level. And don't forget, test everything on mobile. Most people will find you from their phone, not a desktop. And especially today, with more than 60% of people viewing websites and content from mobile devices, it's an absolute must. So if your site isn't mobile friendly and easy to navigate, you're leaving so much money on the table. And once you're online and functional, you're ready to attract your first customers. And that's exactly what we're going to tackle next. Marketing and acquisition. Now, let's talk about the fun stuff and what you will need more than anything else. Getting customers, right? Because even the best businesses will fail if no one knows that they exist. Start by building a simple yet effective marketing plan, and you want a mix of organic content like posts, videos, blogs, which is free traffic to your website. And my advice to anyone starting out is to not spread yourself too thin, as you don't need to be everywhere, just where your ideal customers are already spending time, right, doing their homework. So do your research to see what type of marketing will have the best cut through. And I always recommend try 5 forms of marketing to see what delivers the best results for your business. And then once you've found the best one, simply keep it going and refine it. And I call that rinse and repeat. Next, start building your email list from day one. And honestly, this is by far the biggest and most valuable marketing asset you're going to have. Social media algorithms change, platforms go down, but your email list is yours forever. And even today, I strongly advise everyone that email is the one thing that's yours and not subject to any third-party platforms. So use it wisely and don't spam your customers, otherwise they will leave you quicker than they signed up. And to encourage your audience to allow you to add them to your email list, you can offer them a freebie, a discount, or something helpful in exchange for an email address, and nurture that list consistently. And when you're ready and you can see that you have some cash rolling in, it's now time to test some paid ads, right? And you can try advertising on platforms like Google Ads or Meta, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Even a small spend can get you valuable data. Start with one clear offer, target one audience, and keep refining it until you get it right. Advertising, if done right, will be your ongoing lead generator and should be treated with respect, because if done right, it won't chew up your budget that quickly. And also collect reviews from day one. The amount of new business I've won over the years from rave reviews is second to none, right? Ask every happy customer to leave a kind review on Google or Facebook or product pages. Social proofing builds trust faster than any ad will. And finally, track everything. What content is working? What ads are converting? Where are your leads coming from? How much are they costing you? You need to know your numbers. And this is the only way that you'll be able to scale your business. When you measure, you can improve. When you don't, you're just guessing. So get this right and your business won't just launch, it'll grow. And lastly, let's talk about tracking and keeping it all on course. Tracking and reporting. So if you've done everything here and you have now started your business, you're about to start. Well, that's great, right? But now comes the part that separates hustlers from true business owners, tracking and reporting. And for me, it's what really gets me excited, right? I love comparing figures, especially from year to year or over a 30-year period like I've been in business. And honestly, call me a nerd, but I love it. First, launch strong, but stay consistent. That early momentum feels great, but real growth comes from showing up again and again, even when the excitement fades, because with each day, comes a new challenge, and it doesn't get easier, trust me on this one. So you'll need to stay positive and healthy in the body and the mind. Just keep reminding yourself that you are now on your own and you'll need to do whatever it takes to survive, okay? Really important when things get you down. Now, let's talk numbers. Track everything, your income, your expenses, most importantly, your profit, okay? Because revenue looks good on paper, but profit is what keeps the lights on at night. And as I touched on earlier, make sure you use your accounting software regularly and keep it up to date, very important, as this will be your main indicator for how healthy your business is going. And if numbers aren't your thing, then that's fine, but just make sure you hire a bookkeeper if you can afford it. Remember, you can't do everything yourself, and you don't need to do it all, as this will slow your growth, right? So you need to be mindful of this very early on. Stick to the budget you made back in the planning phase, and it's there for a reason, right? And if things change, which they will, trust me, then adjust it accordingly, but don't ignore your plan altogether. And this is why you set up the plan in the first place. So remember to spend less than you make, and this is where sticking to your budget will keep things in check. Lastly, review your goals every month. Look at what worked and what didn't. See what tweaks that you can make to your business so it can run smoother, or how you can make more money. Building a business is like a moving target, right? And regular check-ins keep you focused, grounded, and on track for real growth. And this is how businesses are built, not on hype, but on clarity and control. So key takeaways here. 1, know why you're starting. Who are you helping? 2, create a budget and stick to it. 3, check availability and register naming across all platforms. 4, get all your business legal and structures set up correctly from the beginning. 5, create a simple yet effective business plan. 6, create branding which resonates with your ideal client. 7, establish your product service offering with clear T's and C's. 8, set up your website and other payment solutions. 9, define a measurable advertising and marketing plan. And lastly, number 10, track everything to ensure that you stay on track, okay? Now, this wraps up my video today. If you're thinking of starting a business, but you're not confident on taking the plunge, then be sure to watch my next video in this series about when is the right time to start a business, as this will get you so motivated to just get out there and have a go. And please let me know in the comments below if there's anything else that you may need some pointers on, as I'd love to answer any of your questions. And also, please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, as I have a heap more coming. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.